It is April 27th, and this is the update.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big.
Welcome, Windsor families. It's yet another week of distance learning. We are opening up a new Google Classroom that we would like all students to join using this code right here. This Google Classroom will be where we put all of the information that we need students to know about. We're getting ready to launch a student bulletin where we will be giving them updates on things they need to know about how to purchase yearbooks, what's going on with promotion, as well as the top 5 frequently asked questions that I get throughout the week. Also, with the last quarter of in-class learning not happening due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we really have to think about in terms of what support we are going to be providing for our students next year, and especially what kind of support we're going to be providing to our math students. The standards are the same regardless of what emergencies happen, and the outcomes, which is your child graduating from high school, stays the same. So really the only thing that we can modify is time. And so for next year, we're looking at 3 different pathways for math. Now, some students excel in math and they'll need to go to our Integrated 1 class. That is 9th grade math that they can take during their 8th grade year. Other students will be okay if they do a traditional model, which is just their 1 math class in a block system. They would have that class every other day. But for a good portion of students, they're going to need to have additional support in math, and we're looking at a math everyday model. So on an odd day, you would have your math, your 1, 3, 5, 7 classes, and then on an even day, your 2, 4, 6 classes, you would have an additional math class. And that math everyday model expands the amount of time that your child has to learn the standards, because ultimately the only job we have as a middle school is to make high school graduates. And the expectation at Windsor High School is that at a minimum students are completing Integrated 2 for graduation. So we really have to ensure that we're providing the best possible opportunity that we can. Now that will take the place of one of the electives, but you will still get a secondary elective choice in addition to that math everyday model class. We're going to be doing materials distribution every Tuesday from 10 to 11:30. Right now we're trying to unload all of the stuff from the 8th grade lockers from PE and get that back to students, because those 8th graders will not be returning from campus. If there's something in particular that you need, like medication, please contact Maddie Cleaver at mcleaver@wusd.org. Student leadership is going to come back strong. Mrs. Bryant is going to join with Mrs. Whiteley. Mrs. Whiteley is going to pass the torch. We appreciate everything that she's done for us this year to help keep leadership going. Mrs. Bryant is going to open up a Google Classroom for all students who are interested in student leadership. Go ahead and join using this code right here, and then you can participate. So if you're an 8th grade officer and you want to finish out your term this year, or if you're the 6th and 7th graders, you're interested in participating in leadership next year, go ahead and join that class. Once we get our leadership team going, we're going to be doing a virtual student bulletin that they can help create content for. We went ahead and got it started here with Windsor staff. Normally our spirit days are pajama days, but we went ahead and did a quick little Hawaiian shirt spirit day. You can see it right here. Now, promotion ceremony. I know a lot of our 8th graders have been thinking about this day. So we are going to do a promotion day parade. So I would like all the families right now, if you can, go ahead and get your hands on some window markers. Start thinking about decorating those cars with balloons, streamers, mark up your windows, and we'll do a parade down the front of our school. We'll have your certificates, and you can run out in your gowns and your masks. And if you want to be taking pictures, get your certificate. We'll be playing music, have our staff there celebrating your student success. We'll videotape that. We'll also videotape the speeches from our students that were selected by departments, put it all together in one package and make that as a souvenir for your students. We have a little tip for the week from Mrs. Bryant. She's put this together. Go ahead and take a look at that.
I'm Mrs. Bryant, and here are some tips and tricks to survive this next week's distance learning. Are your students' emails blowing up with Google Classroom notifications? Well, there's a way to manage that. Starting on the Google Classroom main page, go to the hamburger menu. Scroll down to the Settings selection. Here is where you can set all of your Google Classroom notifications. Is your student still having trouble staying on top of their assignments? My second tip for the day is to use your tabs on your window browser. As a parent myself, I and my student go into their classwork in Google Classroom and open each assignment as a new tab. They use this like a to-do list. By clicking on the assignment, it brings it up, and then they can right-click on View Assignment and select Open Link in a new tab. This then shows them each assignment that they have to complete for the time that I want my student to work. Once he turns in an assignment, he can then close the tab and none of the assignments go missing. Let me know if you have any questions and how we can help.
All right, and lastly, I sent out an email to parents of the students who qualified for our Integrated 1 boot camp that we're putting together. That would be that you needed to meet the criteria of 3 different levels. That would be your grades, your iReady test scores, and a teacher recommendation. So I sent out those emails, parents, to saying that if you would like your child to participate in Integrated 1 next year, that you need to have them switch out of their current 7th grade math class and into the new Integrated 1 boot camp class. All you have to do is respond in the affirmative to the email that I sent out to you, and I'll go ahead and make that switch over. If you don't want your child to participate, that's fine too. If you didn't get an email from me and you think your child is ready to take on that challenge, you can email me directly at bwilliams@wusd.org, and I can go ahead and check the records and see if it's appropriate, and we can go ahead and make that move. And it's now time for the Student Spotlight. This week we have quite a few students that teachers would like to spotlight. First up, we have Mrs. Mulligan says that she would like to nominate Jaden Metzger for the Student Spotlight, and here's why. She says that Jaden is a TA for her language arts class. She says that she's enjoyed watching him grow from a goofy 6th grader into a mature, responsible 7th grader. He sets an excellent example for her students. He's always willing to help, and he often can motivate a struggling student who is ready to give up and to keep working and get his assignments done. And he does all of this with a big smile on his face. So congratulations, Jaden Metzger. For Mrs. Nortz, she would like to give a shout out to her TAs, Nick Silva and Caitlin Hance. She says that she really misses all of their help. They went above and beyond, often coming in to lunch to give her a hand. They made a point of getting to know all of the students in the class, and they also offered great suggestions when her management ideas needed to be refined. And lastly, from Mrs. Hunter, she says that she would like to nominate Nate Carlson, who is rocking the new distance learning model. In addition to doing all of his math assignments, he attends MathFlex almost daily. Here, he asks questions but also helps other students with their math problems and with their Google Classroom challenges. Yesterday, a student was lamenting that it was difficult for her to manage all of her assignments. Nate introduced her to a to-do list in the Google Classroom. The student checked it out and said it helped a lot and to know about this feature. Nate is also very motivated and says that his goal is to make sure that he earns a Pass Plus on every math assignment because he wants to be prepared for 9th grade. So great job, Nate, and keep rocking it. All right, Windsor families, that's all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.